You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Where's Johnny?
Listen to that voice.
Get Johnny up.
We're just trying to get him up now. Oh, John Legend.
The man, the myth.
Man, what a talent he is. Is he there now? Johnny Legend, you got us?
Johnny's here.
Does anyone call you Johnny?
My parents and my immediate family do.
Okay.
Anyone that grew up with me in Springfield pretty much calls me Johnny.
Because that's a problem we have here in Australia. Sometimes we can be overly friendly too early on in a relationship, and maybe I should have just started with Sir John or the legend.
Sir John, that's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a bit much. The Honourable John.
What about when you're in trouble with your wife, John? Is there a full name that she gives you when you're in trouble?
No, just curse words.
Hey, congratulations, mate. Third child. Well
is
done,
awesome.
John. That's amazing news.
Thank you very much. We're very excited.
How's the news settling in, buddy?
Well, we've known for a while. It's news to you guys.
Yes, it is.
Mate, that's so exciting. There's no greater gift. Fitzy's got a couple of kids. I've got 3, and we're still trying to juggle it here. But
And when you have multiple kids, John, we worked out very early that work is important just to get out of the house sometimes, if you know what I mean.
I bring them with me sometimes. They traveled with me on tour this summer.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of times when work means I get to be away from them too. So, a healthy balance is good.
You've got to balance it out. And during COVID, did you have somewhere you could run off to? Because that was probably the issue with having a studio at home.
Well, our studio is a separate home. So it's like about 15 minutes from where we live.
Brilliant.
And we drive over there and work there, but it's still our space, but it's separate from where we live.
John, I've always wondered, when you have your own studio, I love this stuff, and I watched the Foo Fighters Back and Forth documentary again the other day, and they recorded a whole album out the back of Dave's house, and when you want collaborators and people to come around just to your studio at all hours, could be 2:00 in the morning. Like, can you just give us some names where you just got people rocking up to your studio and helping you out?
Well, I don't work late like that. I work dad hours.
Yeah, your dad hours, but you can just call.
Yeah, like I would usually work during the day while the kids are at school, and then try to be home by dinner time so I could put them to bed. So I'm not living the rock star life in that sense,
Mike.
But we would have all kinds of folks come over, but these days, you don't need to have them in the same space all the time. So a lot of our collabs, people, did them in their own studio, particularly during COVID. People were all over the world and they got their vocals in. But it sounds like we're in the same room, but a lot of times we're not.
That's the trick. John, do you find, like, if you have something come into your head where you think, that could be a song, and you're trying to parent at the same time, are you just recording little notes into your phone?
Yeah, I do voice notes, but like I said, my studio being away from home is on purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that way I can, separate my day. When I'm there, I'm focused on music. When I'm home, I'm focused on home.
100%.
Can we please, for everyone out there, because we are absolutely adoring the new song, All She Wanna Do. Here's the chorus for you.
All she wanna do is dance. All I wanna do is get up on. Got me in the palm of her hands.
There it
All I
is.
wanna touch is her new fun. Feels like I've been waiting for forever.
Great sound, John.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It is a dance floor banger. This is the thing all she wants to do is dance. That means she's not into you, John. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's annoying.
She just wants to
And
get up and dance.
It means, the whole song is about me being really into someone, but them being kind of elusive and being in their own world. So, you've definitely had those moments at the club or when you're out where you see someone that you're really into, but they feel like they're untouchable or unapproachable or elusive.
Oh, I hear you.
And
It's the story of my
what the
life.
song is about. Yeah.
It's the story of my life. And then Saweetie comes in. She says, first, all I want to do is get my nails done. Yeah, all I want to do is
she's
spend
in her own world. She's like, I'm not paying attention to you right now.
Because when you're talking about the dance floor, Fitz, there's 2 different types of dancing, of course.
Yeah.
You've got your dance floor and then you've got your horizontal dancing.
I know, yes, exactly.
That's what I thought you, they're often
Well,
linked.
that's where I want to get us to.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she seems to be just focused on the vertical.
Because you know what I hated so much growing up? I could never dance. So many guys would have luck with women on the dance floor. And it was almost like people would say, if you can dance, then you're good in bed.
But see,
and I was never able to dance.
Well, John, no, can I tell
But
you?
you're like, it's not necessary to be a great dancer.
They're not
To,
always tidy.
do all the other things you need to do.
You know, the first thing that I picked up when I went to America, and it was the first time I ever went to Vegas. I went to the Palms nightclub there at the Palms Resort, and we don't grind in Australia, John.
Yeah.
So when I had someone grinding on me, and I'm going,
What was his
"Whoa."
name?
And it was the bartender. I was like,
Well,
I just
you know
want
what? In America, we used to have like slow jams that you would dance to on the dance floor too.
Yes.
That was when I was younger though, like R&B slow jams. It would be like Jodeci or R. Kelly or like that kind of vibe. And that whole era is gone too. So we used to like really do that kind of slow grind a lot more than people do now. And I don't go to clubs anymore really because look at me, what am I doing at a club? But I feel like there's been different waves. Like hip hop used to be more of a party music, but now it's kind of laid back. A lot of hip hop these days, a lot of hip hop is more like mumble and more like a little bounce, but it's not like big party music like like Naughty by Nature or like Busta Rhymes used to be or something like that. And then but pop music I think has gone more toward dance, like with like Dua Lipa and artists like that. So it's interesting just seeing the different waves and different trends. But when I was a kid, like in high school and college, like we definitely had slow jams and we did grind.
You got to
but
be
now,
careful too, though.
I don't know if anybody does that anymore.
John, you got to be careful. When you were younger and you were dancing very, very close with a girl, like your body can react in so many different ways when you have that level of excitement.
Well, there was a whole song about that. You remember that song by Next? It was called Too Close.
Yes, I do.
You remember that song? That was a song about him getting, stimulated.
Yeah, he was excited, man.
He's excited.
The old three-legged race comes out. That's the tough one. This is it here.
Exactly. You're making it hard for me. He says it right there.
I didn't know that's what it was.
Wow. I think every guy went through that at one stage. How awkward.
Well, it's only awkward if it is. Like a lot of times a girl would notice and she didn't stop dancing with you.
So true, John Legend. That's why your name is John Legend.
So, no, the embarrassing thing is when she doesn't notice because there's nothing there. That's the thing.
She doesn't notice, yeah.
Oh,
Very
wow.
stimulated here, but nothing seems to be happening. She doesn't have any idea what's going on. John Legend, we love. Okay, so we need to know, John. I know everything's opening up now, but is there an opportunity maybe that you could bring the family some stage and tour down in Australia?
I would love that. We just did Europe and Egypt this summer, and then Chrissy and I have both been to Australia for me touring and for her working.
Yep.
And so we would love to come back. It's been too long.
Mate, always open. We're ready for you.
We love you, John Legend, down
Looking
here.
forward to it.
The new single, All She Wanna Do, is available to buy and stream now. Mate, thank you so much. We know how busy you are. We appreciate your time, John.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, Johnny. See you,
buddy.
mate.
Bye.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper podcast.